some laundry, guys. Hey, I put in work at home too. Telling you. Oh. My wife don't like me doing laundry though. Say I don't get them fresh enough. You don't get the clothes fresh enough. Well, I won't do it then. But when I do it, don't complain about it. It gets done. All you gotta do is fold it. So I'm not doing no folding. You put the wrong clothes with the wrong other clothes, blah, blah, blah. It's always something. I'm gonna start going live with my wife so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Check those pockets. Let me run my wife's pockets up in here. Man, I be finding dollars. Dollars in there sometimes. You be having some dollars in there. I be finding them. Run them pockets. I be running them pockets. Y'all ever do the laundry and find like some money? $1 or $2. Open up the dryer. A couple of dollars come out. Yeah. That's how I be. That's why sometimes I like doing the laundry, because I might find some dollars up in here. I need all the dollars I can get. Oh man, we out of these stoppable fresh. What are we gonna do? Still wash the clothes. Use these things to keep your clothes fresher. We got a septic tank, so we don't use like the bleach. You can't be putting bleach and all that because you want the micros and all that. We put stuff in the septic tank too that breaks down all the materials and toilet paper and all that stuff. So they got micros that's in there that breaks everything down. So you don't want to use bleach. Dang, we out of this too? We out of... God, hey, I don't do the laundry that often. Just when my wife's not here. I get it done because if she's here, she don't want me to do it. So, but if I do it, then it's all good. This should do it anyway. Hey, she should just be happy I'm doing it, right? Right? To get this done. So that's all good. I'm trying to clean up this mess. My wife's kind of like a hoarder. She's a hoarder. My wife's kind of like a hoarder. Hey, don't mind the room. The room's kind of messy. I'm trying to clean this stuff up. Hey, this is my wife's doing. This is my wife's doing. Telling you. You don't know how to run a washing machine and dryer? You don't know how to run a washing machine and dryer? Look, I'll show you. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you how to run this washing machine and dryer. It's simple. So simple. I'm going to put this on halt just for you. Can I do it? I'll start it back over. Look. You got your Max. You got your Tide. I don't know what you want to use. Whatever you use. They put this stuff in there now to kind of freshen up the clothes. It's almost like a softener. Same thing. It's just pellet form. Put your stuff in there. Put your pre-mix in, your pre-wash in there. I just throw some more stuff in there, pre-wash, and then I put my instead of bleach, I put distilled. I put this distilled vinegar in there. That way, since I got a septic tank, it's not going to harm the bacteria that the microbes that's in the septic tank to kind of uh, break down, the toilet paper, your poop, all that stuff. You got microbes that's in that septic tank that's going to break everything down. So you don't want to kill the microbes with bleach, things like that. So when people have septic tanks, it's a little bit of different rules that you got to go by. I just turn that bad boy on, and you could just stick it on normal right there. That's it. But I like to put mine on towels just because, I just like to put them on towels because usually I wash towels in here all the time. We go through a lot of towels. And that's it for the washing machine. The dryer, once it gets done, man, just turn that bad boy on and set it to, I still put it on towels because it kind of dries it a little bit more with the towels, and go from there. You can just put it on normal. When you turn it on, normal, push the button and go. It's easy. Now, if you get all technical into all this dryers and all this stuff, you got the drain and spin if your clothes don't. Sometimes when you wash blankets, they don't get wrung out. They don't spin and get wrung out all the water. So you can just go back to the drain and spin, and then it just go through a cycle of spinning it again. Stuff like that. All this other stuff I don't usually do anything with. All this other stuff is for those, for people that kind of is really into washing their clothes. I'm just simple. I'm simple. That's just simple right there. Simple. Don't mind the room, guys. It's dirty. Hey, we live here. You getting a full peek of we live here. My wife dumped all this stuff down here and she just kept it here. So now I'm the garbage guy now. I got to clean it up and get it up and sort it out because she just keeps stuff. She's a hoarder. She's a hoarder. See something. Yeah. Well, let me get that back. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm doing. Hey, I'm trying to condition myself to get on live a lot so you guys could kind of see my day-to-day operations, what I'm doing, things like that. Oh, I still got some more clothes here. Man. Still got some more clothes here. Here's my wife and me. That's when I'm like freshly groomed. I'm not groomed right now. See? I'm not groomed like that. But yeah. I don't know. I think I can put some more in here. Let me pause you. That's good enough. Yeah, I think I could throw a couple of other things in there. No big deal. My wife's pockets. I'm gonna run these pockets. Run these pockets. Let me see what you got up here. Yeah, every once in a while I can find a $10 bill or a $5 or a couple of ones. Sometimes I can. sometimes I can. See what I do? I just start stuffing this stuff in there. It'll wash it. I don't know if I'm putting too much in there or not. That's what they made for. Got one towel. I wash all my towels by themselves. Oh, shoot. My fault, guys. Dang. What's up with that? How long was that like that? Sorry. So, get that back to going. Yeah. Yep. Hey, if I had some money, I'd get some motorized curtains. That'd be kind of cool to get some motorized curtains to go down. But I'm poor like that. I don't have it like that. I wish. Now watch, my wife's gonna be mad at me because I done threw something away. Let me see. Hey, sometimes life be lifing. Says, why don't I clean the room? The room is usually clean, but I'm not gonna tell you it's always clean. Like today, I'm doing like the laundry, and my wife ended up putting crap that we was cleaning up all right here, and it's been sitting there. And I'm like, hey, when you gonna go through your stuff so that I don't throw nothing away? But now I'm about to throw stuff away. She took too long. So now I'm gonna throw stuff away. She get mad at me if she wants. But I'm gonna go through some of this stuff. Like this right here. What the heck is this? Patriotic. So this is probably, I don't know what this is. Probably go on your door. She ain't gonna use this. Sometimes she be buying stuff. I bet you got a sale price on here. I got it on sale. I'll toss. Sit that to the side. Guys, this don't have nothing to do with me. This got something to do with my wife. I'm putting it all on her. All this crap is her crap. That we was cleaning out something. And like I said, we live here. We try to stay, we be so busy most of the time, we try to keep things cleaned up and stuff. But you end up accumulating a lot of junk, a lot of crap. And majority of this stuff is her stuff. You see what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is her crap. Yeah. This is garbage. Let me get my garbage over here. Garbage. Hair. I don't even think she used this anymore. This could be a bird's nest. A bird's nest. Telling you. Garbage. Garbage. Done with this. All this little crap. Garbage. Can't take it no more. Garbage. Golly. Oh, this is garbage stuff, man. What the heck is this? Happy New Year's. Garbage. Garbage. Beads. Garbage. This stuff right here is to decorate my son's locker if he plays football this year. What the heck is this? Garbage. She's gonna be pissed off at me, I know. Done. Garbage. Can't take it no more. What the heck is this stuff? An inhaler. Put that up there for now. Garbage. What'd you throw this away for? Her stuff. Put that in a little box. Garbage, garbage. Garbage, garbage. What the heck is this? Some type of medication. Garbage. Garbage. Oh, the heck is this? Shoestrings? Might need that. I don't want that. Garbage. That. Throwing these boxes away. And maybe I'll keep it. See? See what I mean? Maybe I'll keep it. Garbage. Garbage. Look at that. Looks better already. The heck is this? This? The heck is this? I'm throwing these boxes away. I'll throw these under the bed. Should be asking for it. Guess I'll keep this. Oh man, I'm done already. Tired already. Yo, I was up here cleaning up, but I'm tired now already. Take me a break. Take me a break. Take me a break. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like really cleaning junk. I don't like to hoard junk. It's my wife. She likes to hoard the junk. Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm doing fine for now. I'm doing fine. How you doing? What's going on with you? Where you from? Are you here in the States? Are you where you live at? I'm trying to get on live a lot now, just for the heck of it. Where at in the USA? I mean, I'm here too. Like sometimes I get people that's out of state and stuff like that. That's why I ask. Where at? I'm in the Kansas City area. Okay. PA. I'm in the Kansas City area. Not the Kansas area, but the Kansas, Missouri area. The Kansas area is taking our Chiefs away. 2030, 31. They're gonna go over. They're gonna go over to the next state. It's not gonna be a big deal. It's only gonna be about 30 miles to drive over there. No different than what they were doing all these years. Now the Missouri side is gonna have to go over to the Kansas state. So they're stealing our Chiefs away in about 5 more years. And by that time, Patrick Mahomes, he might be off to another team or who the heck knows. So they're on a new adventure in about 5 more years. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get on live more, get people to start engaging with me as far as talking and sharing my videos, subscribing, uh, getting to know me on a personal level, you know, just not talking about lawn care and, um, real estate and things that I'm trying to do. And you can just get to know me on a personal level. I think that's cool. I think that's cool when you can do that, just to engage with other people that subscribe to you and things like that. Give them that insight. So I struggle every day. I'm struggling every day that I'm not working. When I'm not working, I'm struggling to stay. I want to be busy, but then when I start getting busy, I just be like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. That's how it is. I just try to take my time. You right. You right. But I could do this when my wife's not here. I could just mess around, lollygag, things like that. I get around this time, I get very bored because I got that period between you got the end of December, like December-ish, January, February. So about 3 months of where everything slows down for me. And then I just end up working at the hospital. Hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. I just end up working at the hospital and, you know, but usually I'm working like when March hits, I'll slowly be creeping into my lawn care business again. And then, man, once the summer hit, I'm full blown. Man, 7 days a week I'm working. So I learned to appreciate the 3 months that I'm kind of slowed down. I still be working, but I work at the hospital as well full time. I run my business full time, basically. Now, let's say not full time because I'm not committed full time into that and just working lawn care. So, but it still feels full time because I work more days doing my lawn care than at the hospital. So it's like I'm working two full time jobs, and then trying to juggle family life and then dealing with sometime with the couple of rental properties that I got. So I'm just trying to make it. I'm an average guy trying to make it. That's it. Average guy trying to make it, make things work. Average older guy. I've gotten older, so in the beginning of December of this year, I'll be 50. So, as you can see, got the gray hair. Gray hair. They always say, "Oh, gray hair means wisdom." Yeah, wisdom. You know, uh, yeah. Now that's just genetics. You're just getting old. Genetics, old. I've had gray hair. I started getting gray hair in my 30s, like my early 30s. I started seeing gray hair, like a string or two, whatever the case is, in my 30s. And all through my 30s and basically all through my 40s. So it started getting like this. Yeah, I still got that dark hair going a little bit. So if it's going to gray out, it might as well just gray out all the way. Jeff, you going to be 55? You don't look like it. You don't look like you be 55. You looking good. You looking good to be 55. You looking good to be 55, Jeff. I give you that. Yes. I wouldn't have thought you 55. I thought you'd be around the same age as me. So, but you looking good. 55. Hey, how you holding up? Like how's your so you got a good 5 to 6 years. You got a good 5 to 6 years uh ahead of me. How are you holding up as far as, do you feel it? Because slowly but surely I start feeling like achy here and there. Takes me a little bit longer to recover. That's why I be trying to get back into like strength training. And that's kind of hard in itself, just to stay busy doing strength training and just getting on a treadmill and lifting light weights and you know the rubber band like strength training and things like that. It's hard to even do that because I'd be just so busy. But now I can kind of slow down and kind of focus more on that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was just wondering because I like to see the progression as far as you used to always hear people saying, "Man, when I hit age 45, I start feeling aches and pains, and I couldn't get out of bed. When I get out of bed, I had to stretch and all this stuff." So that's why I'm asking and stuff like that, so I could get prepared uh, if if that's the case. You know what I mean? Everything slows down when you start getting, you know, older, and your mind still thinks young, but sometimes your body just don't work with your mind anymore as far as trying to keep up. I know for a fact there's some things that I can't do like I used to. That's why I was asking. Yeah. So, uh, hey, any questions? Any questions you guys got for me? You know, trying to get into that online mode. Any questions you guys you guys want to ask me? Anything? Let me get this off here right quick. You said arthritis can also start really early. Yeah, yeah. I don't really feel. I don't really feel like. I just feel the recovery time for me is what I'm feeling now. Like when I'm in the operating rooms now and I'm standing like almost all day, I can feel it now. Like I can feel it. When I was younger, it didn't bother me. I'll stand for uh sometime our cases in the operating room could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. I've been in a 6 and 7 hour case before, just standing. I mean, you're standing. And now I don't even want to be in long cases like that. Um, at least when we're out doing lawn care, we're moving around constantly. We're moving around. In the operating room, you're kind of moving around, but you're kind of doing more standing. So, yeah. How many yards do I cut a week? So I'll say, hmm. So the most yards that I can actually uh, handle that I do solo, as you know, I'm solo, and I know that you're solo. So the most yards that I usually do in a week um, would be around that 42, 38, 42. I mean, I've done a little bit more in the past, but I've chopped a lot of people off and start to kind of rebuild and dissolve the bottom and things like that. Even last year, going into this season, I uh, I cut a lot of people off. Um, I ended up sending them an email telling them I won't be doing their yard anymore. So um, I'm I do about, like I said, I do about 42. So about 10 to 12, maybe 13, yards a day, the days that I do work. Because I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then I go back to the hospital Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then start it all over again. Saturday. Those are my cut days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. So and then sometime I'll preserve Sunday, you know. I'll try to do now this year with Sundays, because what I used to do every Sunday, I used to go out my way on Sundays. Like I would head up north towards the hospital, my where I work at, and I would do yards in that area. I would do properties in that area, and the only reason why I was doing properties in that area is because I had a lot of doctors and stuff like that, and coworkers that live up there by the hospital, which I work at, probably about 30 minutes away. So I ended up acquiring some yards there. I cut them all out this year. Like this year, I will not be doing no running out 20, 30 minutes out. Even though I would go out 30 minutes, I would have yards to do out there. So I would make it worth my while, and I would go out there on Sundays. So this year Sundays, and I tried to stop working on Sundays, you know, um, unless I really had to, but it didn't last. It didn't last. Um, but this year might be a little bit different because the yards that I used to do on Sunday, I used to go out and do them. So I'm gonna try to maybe cut back and work 3 days a week, like from 7 o'clock in the morning to 5, maybe 3 to 5, and get my yards done that way. Now, if I can do some on Sundays, I'll do some on Sundays, but I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna see how that works. I did it before, and then it did, I just ended up working back on Sundays and stuff. But this year might be a little bit different. But yeah, I cut about, and I cut about, like I said, probably 42, 45 ish, 38. It just depends on, you know, um, who I let go and all that stuff. But usually it's around that 42, 43, 45 a week out of the days that I do work, those 4 days that I do work. So uh that's my limit basically as a solo guy. Now if I got somebody working for me or working with me, then I had somebody working with me with those amount of yards, and when my son works with me sometimes, we'll be done. We'll get done in like 2. So instead of me working 4 days, I'll get done in 2 days with him. 2 to 3 day, half a day. So 2.5 days, I'm done with him because I would push it a little bit because I would want him to stay out longer with me, make some money, things like that. So I would push it. We'll do 15 yards and stuff. So we'll do 15 yards one day, 12 to 15 yards the second day, and then the rest of the day, that next day, it'd be like almost like a half a day that we'll do things if I got somebody working with me. But we'll see this year. Every year is a new year. Every year is something different. So I don't know. How many yards do you, Jeff? How many yards do you cut a week? Let me know. Let me know how many you cut. I like to know, like, since you're solo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're solo, I like to see. But 42 is that threshold for me because as you know, if it rains or do anything kind of crazy, I could be screwed, because then if it rains on a Tuesday and I don't get my Tuesday yards done, then I gotta wait till Saturday. I gotta wait till Saturday, unless I get out of work early at the hospital, and then I'll come home, uh, get geared up, and then go out and knock out a couple of yards before it gets dark. And that's only if it rains or something like that. So, uh, yeah, 40 to 42, 45 will be pushing it for me for me doing it. But yeah, for me to be comfortable with the weather and all that stuff, 37 to 40 to 42 yards is good for me, you know. And that's why I try to tweak my my prices so that I could be profitable with the yards that I do have. Like I said, you ain't got to have a lot of yards to make money, because all you got to do is capitalize and an upsell, get the yards that you can upsell on as far as mulch, um, bushes, aerations, overseeding. Putting down some fertilizer for some people when you do your aeration and overseeding. You can drop that fertilizer real quick. Drop the fertilizer, charge the whole price. I mean, my average ticket price for aeration, overseeding, and dropping some fertilizer, you're looking at a 550 ticket, 550 ticket, between that 450 to 550 ticket to aerate, overseed, and drop the winterizing fertilizer down. You're looking at least good 500, 550. And that just depends on how big the yard is. Because if the yard's pretty big and you do an aeration, I mean, you could do an aeration for at least 250 on a big yard, like 280. I mean, you're already at two something, and then you add um, overseeding. The seed is going to be more than your aeration, so dropping seed. So, I mean, for a bag of seed, if I'm dropping a bag of seed, I'm charging uh, 300 or 360 for a 50-pound bag or a 25-pound bag. Yeah. So uh, it might seem like it's pricey, but it's profitable to me. And I just got customers that's willing to pay that price, which it's a decent price. It's a decent price to do, because at the end of the year, I mean, that's what's going to keep your grass healthy and keep it, grass growing. So your seed is going to be your big expense. So say for instance so if I buy a bag of seed for uh if I buy a 25 bag seed, depending on if they done went up on price, you're probably paying 100 for some good seed. You might be, and this is the seed that I get. You might be paying $100 for a 25-pound bag. So I mean, you're gonna upcharge them, you know, 200, 260, 250. You're gonna add that onto it, and that'll be the ticket price for your seed. Then if you get a 50-pound bag, man, you might be charging 300 to $350 for a 50-pound bag of seed. So love lawn care. Hey, we love it too. Do you like Milorganite? I use Milorganite. I'll tell a customer in a minute, hey, you want me to drop some Milorganite? It's basically dummy free. You know, it's dummy proof. You can put down as much as you want. It's organic. You know, ain't nothing but like some dried up cow manure or whatever the case is, mixed in with some other stuff or whatever the case is. So it's dummy proof. You can put down as much as you want, and it's going to spruce up and green up that grass, and you're not gonna burn it. So you can put Milorganite down, you know, all day long, back and forth, two or three times, a season, however much you want to put down. So says I have an aerator, used to use it, but I've got to fix my machine. Yeah, do you got a walk behind aerator, or you got to stand on? Because if you look at some of I got the stand on. I got a stand on. I got the Toro stand on aerator with the cedar in front. So it ain't nothing for me to drop some seed and drop some fertilizer for a customer and get the heck up out of there. Aerate it, overseed it, put down some winterizer fertilizer, and get up out of there. So, what do you do? Grass not growing. So, what do you do about grass not growing near large trees with exposed roots? I've had that before and I've fixed it before. So, um, with the roots, exposed. So what I would do is, you know, what I would do is, um, I would bring in some dirt. So I'll put seed down first. Like it's almost like a sandwich, how I would like say it. So I would put some seed down, and then I'll put some compost down, some compost soil. I'll put some compost soil down and kind of level it out over the roots. You got to bring in enough dirt and compost soil, and I would put it along around the tree over the roots. Get it maybe, man, I would get it like a inch to a 2 inch thick of dirt, right? Pack it down. I'll put seed under there, pack it down, put the dirt down, pack it down, and then I might put some more dirt on it, depending on how much I need. You can gauge it. So, and I would, and then on top of that, I would put grass seed on top of that, kind of mix it in on the top so that there's some at the bottom, there's some at the top, mixed in at the top with compost. And then I would like get some straw hay, uh, and then kind of put around it and stuff. And it's probably good to do this in the fall time. But if you got to do it in the summertime, it's really tricky because now you got to get the customer to get out there and make sure that they water that area 2 to 3 times a day. Whenever they think about it, I tell them whenever you think about it, go out there and water it. If it got enough shade around it, just water it till it starts growing, and then you can kind of fix that problem with that. Is it going to erode later on, or the roots and all that stuff? You just got to stay on top of it. But if you put enough dirt and compost and kind of spread it out and even it out and have it at least an inch or two, maybe 2 or 3 inches of dirt, and then kind of smooth it out to kind of blend in, going into the grass. And you put your grass seed at the bottom, put your grass seed at the top, mix it all in, put some hay over it, and voila, let it grow. But like I said, I think it's best to do it in the springtime or the fall, because if you start trying to fix stuff like that during the summertime, you're basically at the mercy of your customer making sure that they water that grass and till it starts to sprout up and stuff. And you don't want them to say, "Oh, it didn't work." Well, did you water the grass? Did you stay on top of it? It's up to them to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of time. But yeah, you can fix it like that. I've done it before, and that method worked for me. Seems like the tree drinks up a lot of the water that falls and kills the grass. Yep. Yeah, when you start seeing those exposed roots and stuff like that, I mean, a tree, especially them big trees, big oak trees and stuff like that, they suck a lot of nutrients and a lot of they suck up a lot of water, a lot of moisture, they just suck it up, and it's hard sometimes to fix those problems. And if they're dropping like acorns and all that stuff, those acorns hit the ground, they become acidic. Then they got the big leaves that come down, they become acidic, and they just kill the grass. But um, exposed roots, you gotta get dirt in there, and you gotta level it out, and you gotta cover those roots and stuff and get grass to grow in that area. So you got to get at least compost dirt, get at least a good 2 to 3 inches of dirt above those roots, and then compact it down. Because once it rains, it's going to erode and stuff like that. So you gotta kind of get that grass growing there. So once the roots start taking place in the dirt and all that stuff and coming up, it's going to alleviate some of that erosion that's happening to by those roots. But that's what happens with them big oak trees and those big trees that the roots get exposed. And sometimes it's a headache to try to repair those. Some customers just cut that whole tree down. Especially if it's dropping acorns and they're paying money to get leaf service and all that. They just rather just cut it down, especially if it's causing problems and killing the grass and the road and everything. So, but you're right; those trees drink up a lot of that water and moisture. Um, is the answer more mulch? You can put mulch down. I mean, I've just seen people do that too. But if you want to try to correct the erosion and to cover up those roots, then you're gonna have to bring in some dirt and level it out and grass seed it up and things like that. Or you could bring in some dirt and then try to put some sod down around it. But you know, uh, I think the cheapest way is going to be if it's just around the tree and stuff. I mean, I would just do dirt and grass seed just to be on the cheaper end, just to try to fix it naturally like that. You know what I mean? But the answer could be more mulch if it already had mulch there, then yeah. But if you're trying to fix that problem and cover up those exposed roots, you know, I mean, you could put more dirt down and stuff. But if it's mulch there already, then me personally, you know, if you want to just keep putting mulch down, you can. You can just keep putting mulch down if you don't really want to fix that problem. And most people don't really fix that problem. When they do see those roots, exposed roots, they either put rocks there, they end up doing a rock border and then a stone border around the tree. I've seen this happen. It's landscaping that, and then they'll cover those exposed with rocks, make it look good around the tree. They'll build up a landscaping, um, what do you call it? Little bitty retaining wall around the tree, and then to cover up those exposed roots, they put a rock bed in there. So you can do it like that. There's plenty of ways to do it, you know. So uh, Jeff said he got a Ryan walk behind, but I like doing the small ones. I like doing the small ones. You like doing the small, like what, yards? Ryan walk behind, but I like doing the small ones. Like small yards, or you like using the smaller walk behinds? Yeah, I would level it out, put dirt and reseed it. That way, and it might not take, it's probably, so don't think it's going to happen like, it might take you 2 seasons to get it just right. So if you put in dirt, you might have to come back and put some more dirt, some more grass seed. It might not take the first season if it, you know what I mean. So it's a process. You have to, when you put that dirt down and reseed it, you're gonna have some trouble spots, and you're gonna have to put some more compost or dirt there around it and level it out, and then you might have to do the same thing the next year till it fully like kind of grows grass around it, you know. So that's what you're gonna have to do as far as leveling it out and doing that. It might not happen over time. Like you might say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it," and then you're gonna see spots here and there, and you're gonna be like, "Man, you just got to do it again until that spot kind of grows enough grass where it takes it on, and those roots settle in underneath that dirt, the grass roots, and keep it. And yeah, you gotta just stay on it. That's the hard part about it. On your video, most of your yards seem like uh, they could handle they could handle a 52, but yet I see you 36. Why is that? Uh, I love the 36. Believe it or not, I love the 36. Yeah, I got yards that could handle the 52s, but I don't want to push mow anything. Now, so here's what happened. I'll show you. You see that gray truck with the ramp rack? Okay. My older videos, I got the 8 foot bed with my white one. So I used to be able to carry my I used to carry my 52-inch and my 36-inch, my 36-inch and my 52-inch on here. I can't do it no more with the 6.5 foot bed. Those couple of inches, those 2 feet was a big difference uh, with my white truck. So I was able to take my 52 and my 50. No, I was able to take my 52 and my 36 on my white truck. If you look at some of my past videos, you'll see the white truck and stuff like that. And um, I can only get my 36 on here. My 36 and, push more, but I don't want to push mow anything. Got rid of my I didn't get rid of my push mores, but I got rid of push more in any type of yard. So the 36 tackles for the yards that I have, yes, I can put a 52 on there or a 48-inch. I thought about getting a 48-inch, but I just didn't want to spend the money. I got another 36-inch. I love the 36 inches because I know for a fact that I could get in the backyards. You'll be surprised that some of these yards too. Now with the newer homes, no problem. But sometimes you'll find that you still run into properties that you can't get your 52-inch back there in the backyard, or you can't get your 48 in the backyard. The 36 always works. Always works. So um, the 36, believe it or not, doesn't spit out a lot of grass either. Because some of these properties, that 52 inch spits out a lot of grass. So that's kind of what I based it off of too. The 36-inch, when I cut with the 52-inch, and then I cut with the 36-inch on average size yards, that 36-inch cut to me looks a little bit better and crisp. You know what I mean? And you're not finishing up unless I'm doing a big yard or a big property or something. That 36 is finishing in about maybe the same time as the 52-inch. Believe it or not, the 36-inch. Now you might be a minute or two, maybe 3 minutes. Let's say 3 minutes quicker with a 52-inch to do that same property. Say you're done in 3 minutes. 3 minutes quicker. Well, that's not a big deal to me when I'm on that 36-inch where I feel I feel more at ease when I'm picking up properties and things like that, where I know that I could get my 36 in there and whip it around and stuff like that, and it's not shooting out a lot of grass. So, you know, sometimes I have corner lots where the 52 will come in handy, but that 36 still gives those crisp stripes, and it's not shooting out a lot of grass. So sometime you can get on wet lawns and you're shooting out a lot of clump grass, where with the 36 you're not doing that as much. So that's why there's some certain reasons why I just cut with the 36. I feel more comfortable cutting with the 36. I still get done in a reasonable time, and um, believe it or not, you're not tearing up the grass a lot with you'll probably tear up the grass a little bit more with the 52, especially on wet grass and stuff, than the 36. You- There's different. Now you might get somebody that might, say, no, that's not true. But in my experience, the 36 just works better for my business. And then open properties, um, I can use the 52s. But I used to switch back and forth with the 52s and stuff like that. Now, if I get a big property, I'll come home and pick up my 52 and then knock that out with the 52 inch if it's a big enough property. But yeah, you're right. I can use the 52 on some of my properties, but just for my comfort, just so that I know that I could just get in and out of some of these backyards. I like to. I know for a fact that the 36 is going to still get the job done, and it's not going to be, a lot of time wasted that you think it would be with the 52. It really is not, because I've timed them before. I've timed a couple of my yards where um, I used the 52 inch and I used the 30. That's why I say it's only like maybe 2 to 3 minutes less. And maybe, so say for instance, I'm doing a corner lot with the 36 inch, I might get maybe 15, maybe 15. If it's an open corner lot, I might do 15 stripes up and down, right? With the 52, I might do, so if I'm doing 15, I might do maybe 10 stripes up and down, right? So that would be the difference. 10 stripes going up and down. One, two, three, four, five, six. I might do 10 swipes with the 52, and I might do between 12 to 15, maybe 13, let's say 13 to 15 swipes with the 36. It's just like that. It's not really a big difference unless you're on a bigger open um, acre or something like that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna feel that difference. So uh, as you know, these machines are moving. I mean, you can either go fast or you could go slow on some of these machines. And if you're trying to time it, I mean, you can really book on them. You know what I mean? So it's really not too much of a difference unless you're in a bigger open space, that is going to be a big difference between the 36 and the 52 compared to average uh, residential yards. So I would even say the 52, no, I would even say a 48 or 42 inch would be even better, But sometimes you can run into some of those yards where the 48 and the 42 inch can't get in some of these backyards. And if I don't carry a push more, then what are you gonna do? Now you got to figure out, I got to keep a push more, and I'm past that now. I don't want to keep a push more on my truck anymore. I just don't. I don't want to push mow anything. So um, now, if I had a crew, you know, I would have one of my setups with a 48, a 36, 48, 42, and a 36. Vice versa, a 48 to 42 with the 36, and probably with a push more. You see what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't want to push mow anything anymore. So that's why I use the 36 inch. And to me, it gives a lot of crisp stripes. Yeah. The small yards where I have to walk so much. Yeah, see, I don't want to. Yeah, see, I don't want to walk any yards anymore. I've done that. I even got I. So say for instance, in the last couple of years, I used to do 1 yard that I had to push mow for the last couple of years. That's the only yard that I push mow, and I hate doing it. And it was kind of a difficult yard too. And he wanted it bagged, so I got tired of that after a while as I started getting older, and that's what I'm telling you. I started feeling. I used to do that yard and just whip through that yard and not been, and then after, years go by, because I probably had that yard for a good 8 years. And as the years went by, I just kind of found myself like, man, I'm carrying this push more just for this yard on the truck that's taking up space. Maybe I should get rid of it. And eventually I got rid of it because I didn't want to drive out anymore. I finally did it. I was procrastinating so many years of not um of not cutting out these yards. But you get to a point where you just like, all right, whatever. Hey, God gets my back and he's gonna take care of me. And regardless of, how many yards I got and this and that, long as I keep doing what I need to do, he's gonna make sure that I'm good. So I've learned to believe in that majority of the time now. So I don't stress as much anymore. I used to stress a lot about a lot of stuff each year. I still do to a certain degree, because you want things to run smooth in your business. And you're always wondering, like, man, I hope this work out good. Hope I get some more better clients. I hope I get some more, hope my equipment don't break down. You worry about this stuff all the time. And sometimes you jump the gun to do things. Like, like I believe I jumped the gun and I ended up buying that truck. And I think I just needed to get an oil change on a white truck because in the beginning of the season last year, I got uh I would say paranoid. I Not paranoid. I would say I got really worried like, man, is this truck about to go down? So I ended up like, man, I can't be ripping and running 30 minutes out and my truck go down, because then you're going to end up spending more money to get your truck back to where you need to get to. You're going to be out of commission. All these things. That's what I'm saying. Some people just don't understand what it takes and the mental it takes to to just have a business. And it might not be the most biggest business and all that, but the worries are still the same. The worries are still the same, whether somebody's making $1 million and more. uh, the worries are still the same. So uh some message help for review. Yeah, so That's my take on the 36, using that instead of the 52. Now I kind of use my 52s on my property. You know what's crazy? Um, you know what's crazy? A lot of the stuff that I thought I wasted money on, like say for instance, you know, when I first started my business, um, I ended up getting a 36 inch. And right after I got that 36 inch, I got a 52 inch. I didn't even use that 52 inch for about 6 months to a year before I started using my 52 inch. Like, it seemed like, and I've always been like that. I would buy something and then eventually I'll end up using it. So it'll come in handy later on down the line, and it's just weird like that. And like I said, um, my leaf trailer. Sometimes I sit back and I think, man, I could do leaf cleanups, which is what I've done before. I could do leaf cleanups, without the leaf trailer. But the leaf trailer makes it much easier. And then I always thought ahead. I'm always thinking into the future. So I'm thinking, man, if I get me a crew, then this leaf trailer come in handy, and we could be knocking out leaves, and then I can uh my son must be home. I hear his speakers. And then what was I saying? Um oh, the leaf trailer. So I started thinking ahead, just like I thought ahead with the 52 inch. Did I need a 52 inch at that time? No, I didn't. I had the 36 inch. But then I started acquiring some bigger properties, and in your head, you thinking, man, I'm gonna start trying to get some acreage. Somebody to do an acreage. I'm gonna get some commercial one day. I'm gonna do this. So you start thinking ahead, and you jump the gun, and then you end up buying, something that you really don't need at that particular time. You'll end up doing that. Uh, was it a bad move? No, not really. It kind of worked out, but for the average person that's not in the same position that I was at that time, um, I wouldn't do it. If I was just starting my business, I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a full time job and things like that. Would I have gotten that 52 inch? I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have just stuck with my 36, get that, get yards, you know. And when I needed the 52, when I started gaining bigger properties, that's if I decided to go that route, I'd be like, hey, I need a 52 inch. Or if I start doing the commercials, oh, I need 252. Only reason why I got 252 inches is because when my trailer was stolen, they ended up recovering one of my 52 inches, and then Kohler, as you know, gifted me a 52 inch. That's the only reason why I got 252 inches, because the police recovered my my one of my um, 52 inches, and Kohler gifted me 52 inch. So that's why I got 252 inches. What's up? What are you doing?
I was trying to see how much the car wash be costing, like the self hand ones.
Change.
It's changed.
Yeah.
I got a $20 bill.
I mean, you might as well just go take it and get it. Why
I
would
just
you?
bought
Why
it.
would you want to be out there in the cold
Yeah,
trying to wash that?
it'll be cleaner.
No, that's not. You're gonna be out in the cold. You don't want to do it that way, kids. Um, Anything else you need? Okay. But what was I saying? Um, yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't buy a 52-inch until I really needed it. Until I started acquiring more customers with bigger yards and stuff like that. Or, if I got a commercial property or something, or something like that, where I would I'll be justified to get a 52-inch. But that's the only reason why I got two 52s. I mean, I was gifted one, and they recovered my old one back. But that's the only thing they recovered from the theft of my trailer. And I got my trailer back that they tried to set on fire. Yeah, so um, yeah, but yeah, my son was wondering if he could go hand wash the car outside. I'm like, why would you want to do that? It's freezing outside. It's cold out there. If you're gonna go wash your car, go take it through the car wash. You know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So far, it's uh, it's been a great day today. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to start. We got about what after this week is over with. We probably got a good 4 to 5 weeks left. That'll put us in March. That'll put us in March, and then we can start gearing up towards starting this season off. Slowly but surely. So anyway, how long I've been on here? About an hour, a little hour and 17 minutes, hour and 18 minutes. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get on off here. Thanks for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Um, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to get on here and do more lives. I'm gonna try to get on here and do more lives so that people can get to know me a little bit better, one on one. You can see me ask more questions. I'm more happy to answer any questions that you got, um, whether it's about, you know, some of the properties that I acquired, that I got, um, the ups and downs of having these properties. And, you know, you can also ask me questions about surgical tech. Like I said, I work at the hospital um, as a surgical tech. And, you know, uh, I would say it's a great profession, starting out with. I am embarrassed to be Jewish. Why is that? Why are you embarrassed to be Jewish? What's the big deal? I thought if you was Jewish, I mean, uh, uh, most people are proud to be Jewish that are Jewish. From what my take is, when when people say that they're Jewish, why are you embarrassed? What is this inhumane society? I9S. Hey, put me up on some game. Why are you embarrassed to be Jewish? What you got to be embarrassed about? Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. See, I was about to get off here until you said that. I want to know now before I get off here. I want to know. What's embarrassing about being Jewish? But yeah, I gotta try to figure out like I might start trying to pick a time that I go live. Like it might be, you know, let's say let's say 9 o'clock PM and on my days off, heck, I might go live 2 or 3 times, you know. I'm just trying to get more engaged, get more involved with, my subscribers, um, new subscribers. I'm just trying to get engaged with more uh, people, subscribers, um, and try to get used to just getting on here. You know, I made videos. I got used to that. Now I think I'm getting used to this live because it's almost the same. It's just that now um, I can answer questions, when they come about. You know what I mean? Instead of waiting, doing a video and then waiting 2 or 3 days or whenever I'm able to see the comments or things like that. Right now, you can ask me anything and I'll share it with you. This is raw and uncut. Raw and uncut. I'm willing to share anything and everything with you uh, when it pertains to lawn care. Trying to be an entrepreneur with this lawn care business, the ups and downs, the roller coaster rides that I'm going through. Um, you know, Getting my feet wet in a little bit of, you know, uh, properties, renting out, renting properties, trying to acquire some real estate properties, um, taking profits from my lawn care business and trying to save up enough to buy another property. Those are my goals, and 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 that's and working as a surgical tech at the hospital, working a 9 to 5, working a 9 to 5, trying to build a business, my lawn care business, and trying to get my feet a little bit wet in real estate and acquire some properties and rent them out. Uh, Maybe I might try to find something so I can fix and flip and or try to fix, flip, and keep. I don't know. But yeah, guys, let me get out of here. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for spending some time with me. And I'll see you on the next live video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're watching this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go check my channel out. It's just a ordinary channel with me just talking, and you might learn something. You might find a jewel or two in what I'm talking about here and there. So, uh, yeah, go check me out. And I'm about to get off here. I've been on here for about 84 minutes, so that's well over an hour. So I'm gonna get out of here. See you next time.